chugging the world one bottle at a time.
This guy wants to eat this ice cap so bad. Oh,
It's
should probably.
it's biscoff cream ice cap.
Okay, I love YouTube. I was gonna start the video earlier in the car, but I was so tired, so I didn't even pull out the camera. And this guy's starving, and he's been waiting to try this new ice cap. So
Biscoff ice cap.
yeah, I got the donut. So we're gonna try both.
This just tastes like biscoff topping with brown sugar. It's not different from a normal ice cap.
But is it good?
5 out of 10.
Not worth the wait.
It's not worth the excitement.
Yeah.
Where's the cream at?
I've eaten this much, no cream at all. Is that normal?
Oh, it's all backed up.
Whoa. No. Yo, are you serious? That's it. There's no way. Here,
Rip me a
scam.
piece. Rip me a piece. Let me try it.
Okay. There's more.
Barely any biscoff flavor. It's just a topping. Like the glaze doesn't even really taste like it.
What the hell? What a letdown.
What do you rate out of 10?
I mean, it's still like a 7 because I like Boston cream, but I don't think it's worth the hype. Worth trying if it's just ice cap.
Try it. It's just like brown sugar. You're gonna taste it.
I mean,
That's all it is. Brown sugar ice cap, not biscoff ice cap.
hey, we already played chess. I was thinking about recording it, but then
And I won.
No, you did not.
It's on camera.
It's on camera because you said it. There's no footage of the game
Yeah, because why would you record yourself losing?
because I didn't lose.
Why did you record it?
Because I was thinking about recording it, and then you knocked over everything.
Sore loser over here.
What the hell? I think that's pretty much it. He has to go home, but I'm gonna try and cut to another assignment that I just started working on. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Damn, Daniel!
Alright, quick voiceover for this part of the video. This is actually not even the assignment that I wanted to use for this video, but it took a lot longer than I thought it would, so I just thought, okay, let me just throw this in instead of the other one, and I'll just work on that one a little bit later on. So this assignment was pretty much just trying to create a lot of depth for a scene, and we kind of just had a general theme of either a dystopia or a utopia, and I decided to go with a futuristic space utopia. And it wasn't too hard. It was a lot of just planning and thumbnailing to make sure that the composition kind of worked, and that was like the main thing, was just creating a good looking composition that had depth to it. And this is like the 4th time that I had to redraw this, so yeah, I had to switch up a bunch of the composition stuff just to make it work. And it was supposed to fit into a specific size, which is a field guide, and I had to fit it into an 8 field. I don't really know the exact measurements of it, but that's why this picture is so small. I would have done it a little bit bigger just so I can actually get a little more detail into certain buildings and shapes and stuff, but for this assignment we were supposed to do it on a smaller canvas. It was supposed to be monochromatic, which means that you only get to use one color. I'm pretty sure that my teacher said I can use like contrasting colors as well, so half of this ended up being orange, and I think that kind of adds just a little bit more emphasis on areas, and again, it adds a nice contrast so you're not just looking at a bunch of blue. Because even though I redid this composition like 4 times, I feel like it kind of just gets very gelled together because everything is monochromatic in the same color. And the only other option was to do a grayscale, which I think would look even more muddy and it would kind of lose the depth a little bit. So I'm kind of glad that I went with some contrasting colors. I also don't get to work on paper a lot, so that was kind of cool to have an assignment where basically the entire process is on paper, and it's nice because I don't have to worry about saving files and losing a bunch of shit online. So a plus for me, but now I do see why it's a little bit easier to do stuff digitally, just because I think the process for this would have gone so much quicker and so much cleaner had it been digital. But it kind of gets you into the habit of creating good line quality and being very pretentious in a way with your lines and very specific, because if you mess up one line, like I did a lot on this assignment, then it starts to just kind of lose the cleanness and lose a little bit of composition the worse that your line quality is. So it trains your brain and your hand-eye coordination a little bit to be able to just create cleaner lines with your art, and eventually that translates over to digital as well. And I think that's something I still have to work on because I don't have the steadiest hands, but on digital it's so much easier because you mess up one little line, you can just delete it and try over and over as many times as you want. But on paper, you get like 2 shots and that's it. So I think that went all right. I was honestly debating about redoing the entire line art because I had some more prints of the final rough, but I was like, I'm already halfway done coloring this one. I think I'll just stick with it. So this is what it looked like once I finished, and I don't think that it went too bad.
Reporting on the snow.
We're gonna try and record the last part of this video on the way to school because you guys didn't notice there's a literal freaking blizzard outside, so I can't really go out and walk right now. And also by the time I get back home, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dark. So if you don't already know how this part of the video goes, I usually just ask myself a few questions, so feel free to ask yourself these questions too. My first question for this video is, what does it mean to be genuine? I feel like being genuine is pretty much just being honest with people about your feelings, maybe towards them, maybe towards how they treat you. And I think it's also partly being honest with yourself, not trying to act like someone that you're not. Like, just because all of your friends are on this new topic that you don't really care about, it doesn't mean that you have to pretend to know what they're talking about or pretend to be very interested in it if it's not something that you actually care about. Obviously, you want to fit in, so it makes sense why some people would care a lot about what their friends think of them, but if it's at the cost of you being yourself and being genuine with them, then maybe it's not really worth it. And again, just being genuine with how you feel towards other people and just being honest. Try not to sugarcoat stuff. Maybe if there's a problem that you have with a partner or a close friend, then, you know, just be genuine and be honest about how you're feeling. And if you're afraid about how they're gonna answer to your genuine response or your genuine feelings, then maybe that's not the best person to be around if you're really nervous about how they would react to you just being honest. My next question for this video is, what does it mean to be selfless? And for me, I think that selflessness comes from just a need or a want to help others in need. Maybe those that are in a very rough place, just try and help them out and make sure that everyone gets the same opportunities as you. Being selfless is kind of putting others' needs before your own in a way, but not to the point where you let people walk all over you and you disregard your own needs as a person. And I think that sometimes being selfless is really hard just because sometimes you want to be selfish. Sometimes you really only want to look after yourself, and a lot of people come secondary. But a lot of people that you really care about that sometimes need a little bit of extra help in life benefit from your help so much more than you think. And I don't think this comes from just like helping people out. Like, you don't have to be someone's superhero to be selfless. I think even just having a conversation with someone that seems a little bit shy or like a little bit quiet, maybe they're really just waiting for someone to speak up to them and have a conversation. And that also involves putting yourself out there a little bit, because maybe you're one of those people that also struggles with having just casual conversation and small talk with new people. So I think that putting another person's fears in a way of, I guess, talking to new people or meeting new people over your own fears of talking and meeting new people is a way to be selfless. Not just, oh my gosh, this kitten is in a burning building, I need to save them, so I'm a selfless person. Like, if you can do that, good on you. But that's not always the case when it comes to being selfless. And I think it's also important to be selfless for the right reason, not just being selfless for attention and doing it really just because sometimes it's the right thing to do. I feel like being selfless is a bit more of a rare situation, and it's just important to act on it when you have the chance. Last question for this video is, what is tranquility? For me, tranquility probably looks different than what it looks like for anyone else. For a lot of people, tranquility comes from just peace of mind and really just being comfortable and at peace with your surroundings and really not having a worry in the world. I think that tranquility is just kind of being able to be present in the moment, even if it's very, very still and nothing's really happening. But obviously it doesn't look like that for everyone. Maybe for someone, tranquility is, maybe it's starting a new Minecraft server with your friends. Maybe it's shooting hoops on an empty basketball court. Maybe it's dancing in your room at 3 a.m. when your whole family's already asleep. But whatever puts your mind and your body at peace, to me, is tranquility. So it looks very different for everyone. And it can also just come from anything, like I was saying. which is I think is very cool, because you can find peace in a lot of different things, even if to other people it might seem a little bit hectic. That other person is probably feeling very good and calm and smooth and relaxed. Even if from the outside, it looks like they're stressing out on an assignment. It's important to find something that can just give you that sense of tranquility in life, because once you find it, whenever you're stressed or in a shit mood, you'll always be able to fall back on it. And hopefully that'll be able to put you in a better mood. Just be able to kind of relax and realize that everything's all right. I'm pretty sure that's all I have in this video. I need to get to school. I'm already like 30 minutes late, but thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and remember to stay hydrated.